Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 27 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of ATM9, guys. I'm today working towards more automation with blood magic. And today's the day when things are really going to all come together for what we're going for, which is a nice and easy way to get lots of buckets of life. Now, as a reminder, you can just toss a bucket into your blood altar, and it'll fill up. And you're good to go. So that's all we need to do. Like, that's your auto-crafting bit, right? And there you go. Quest complete. Look at me. Like a champ. Right in the All the Modium chapter, or All the Modium, whichever its pronunciation is a mystery to me. Go dive into blood magic to create this. So done and done, right? So that's cool. Now, the thing we're going to do is set up automation for this. So what I'm thinking is there's two ways we could approach this. We could have one altar that is all about speeding up the crafting, and another altar that's all about getting the most LP possible out of the ritual that we're about to build. Okay, so you know, like if I might want to make like this altar the crafting altar, right? And what we would do is we would remove all these runes of sacrifice, right? And instead we'd probably have some runes of capacity. And the other runes, let's see, where's the runes? There we go. Acceleration runes, is that what I want? Increases the rate of a couple, while normally operations of the charging rune and displacement rune occur every 20 ticks, 1 tick of the delay is removed per rune, down to a minimum of 1 tick per operation. Okay, right. Charging and displacement. So charging is not crafting or fill blower. It will siphon LP from the altar to charge an internal buffer. When an item is next placed inside the altar, it will instantaneously consume the stored charge and apply it to the crafting of the item in a 1-to-1 ratio. That's a little different. I think displacement is what we want. Increases the flow rate of life essence into and out of the altar when pumping to and from an external tank, multiplicatively by 20. So that's what we want. We want displacement runes, and then we want... yeah, I don't care about that. And probably some acceleration runes, because that would make it faster, right? So operations of the displacement rune occur every 20 ticks. So basically, like let's break it down like this. Like, I don't know what the actual rate is by default, but by default it's something like you can extract 100 millibuckets every 20 ticks, right? So you know, or a bucket every 20 ticks. So it's like slow, right, to extract LP out of the altar. If we have displacement runes, it increases how much you can extract per operation. So like, instead of it being 1 bucket every 20 ticks, it's like 1.2 buckets every ticks, and then 1.4, and then multiplicatively up. So eventually, like, it becomes more and more, because it's like compounding. Then the acceleration rune makes it so that it reduces the number of ticks per operation, right? So if you put down, I guess, 19 runes, it would be every tick instead of every 20 ticks. So it would be like really quick, right? So like acceleration rune is more frequent, where displacement rune is faster, right? Or more amount per operation. So we'll do displacement and acceleration rune. Those are the two things we want, right? So what we'd want to do, and that's extracting, right? So can we fill as fast as we want? I think the answer is yes, but we'll find out when we set up this whole thing. So what I'm going to probably do is have another blood altar all the way over here. And then that will be responsible for the automation and creation of the life points, right? By courtesy of the ritual, the Well of Suffering ritual. Then we'll have a fluid transfer system just to pipe the LP directly into the altar. And we might even have like a big tank that stores a big buffer of it, right? That sounds cool. I like the sound of it. I think I like the sound of it. So let's do that. Let's do that today. That to me sounds fun. Now, one thing I'd like to do is make a Swift Wolf's Rending Gale, because I think I can do this now, right? I'm pretty sure I can do this. And the reason I want to make this is as follows. Cool. I have my amulet back too. Okay, so that's a cool thing that I can equip right there. So number one, a little bit smoother transition. Like when you're doing this, it's very hard to like get like a really accurate. Now I can just be a little bit more accurate with my movements. And also like I don't have to hotkey it. I can just double jump. But when I want to go somewhere quickly, I can still activate and get around fast. But then when I don't want to go too fast, I can, you know, be accurate. So 2 forms of flight now, which is fun. Keep in mind that will use up some of the stored EMC in your Kleinstar while the Swift Wolf is active, so don't forget that. Not a big deal, but just, you know, be aware. Cool. So let's map out exactly how we'd want this thing to be. Now, what I'm probably going to do is copy-paste gadget and anchor you there. Okay. And then what I could have is something like, let's math this out a little bit. Because this one needs to be further away than normal. So if your center of the platform is here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks to get to this thing. Okay. Now, if the center of the platform is here, you're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks to be there. And I think that looks good to me. Okay. And we can validate that by making another altar and placing it in the center of the thingy. Okay. And then getting this guy to show me what a tier 5 blood altar looks like. So if I do that, you can see that it's kind of perfect, right? Kind of perfect. And I like that, and it looks good. So that's what we're going to build here, is a tier 5. We'll probably start with a tier 4, but we can start with a tier 4. And the goal with this one is to have accelerations, some augmented capacities, you know, and other good stuffs, right? So that should be cool. Okay, so let's make sure that we have some reinforced slates, probably for the sacrifice runes, and we're probably gonna like, it's gonna be a little bit of a transition period for us because like I have to still make these things. So yeah, now you're gonna craft and be all cool. But once I get a lot of speed upgrades in here, it's going to be that much better, right? And we won't have to worry about LP anymore, so I can probably deconstruct most of this setup once I have everything done. And that'll be neat, okay? Cool beans? Looking good, right? So let me get, I'm going to craft a bunch of the runes and stuff that I need, and then we'll come back to build that. So at the very least, I'm going to want like, and that requires a demonic slate. Is that tier 4? Yes, cool. So I'm probably going to want to yank out 8 of those at least. I'll probably go with like 16-ish, maybe 14. I don't know, we'll see. I don't need it to be like perfectly every tick, but you know, faster the better. And we'll kind of like adjust it as we build it out and see how it works, right? Does that sound like a plan? I hope so, because, you know, that's what we're doing. So I'll be back once I have all the resources I need to craft all the runes. All right, so time to make some runes, right? So I'm going to snag that and do 33. That's a good start. Now, a lot of those I want to turn into sacrifice runes, right? So we're going to start with runes of sacrifice there, and we're going to get apparently more stone. And at some point, I'll figure out the whole, like, getting stuff thing, right? So you're going to be... Right. Cool. And then you can be here. And what I think my plan is I'm going to see how much I can do right now with the stuff that I've already collected. Get the ritual up and running, and then kind of go from there, right? Is that a plan? I'm a little bit of a wireless out of range situation right now, but that's okay. And we're definitely going to want a few more rooms. So I'm going to get you guys. And that should be cool. That'll get me some, like, holdover runes until we're done, right? And good to go. So what I'll probably want to do is something like this. Now, some of these I want to be acceleration runes, so let's be ready for that. Acceleration runes require speed runes, which require more tier 1 slates. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. How about displacement runes? I want to be ready with the displacement runes, and then I want to see how they work. Those need imbued slates, by the way. So we're going to need a bunch of those as well. Okay. Sweet. So you keep making tier 1 runes for me, because I'm going to need more of those. Okay, and then we're going to need a bunch of water. Let me get 2 more buckets, just so I can do 9 at a time of these dudes. So displacement is going to be a little bit of an annoying craft, but not the end of the world. So 1, 2, 3. We start with 9 and kind of see how well that does, and then we'll go from there, kind of deal. I like that plan. Okay. So you guys are filled in already. I'm going to make you, like, regular runes. And then we could do... I'm going to go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's a lot. Maybe I'll do 13. I'll just do 1 row of those. That sounds kind of cool, right? One, 2, 3, 13. Is that cool? That seems cool to me. Okay. Now, like I said, we're going to have some of these dudes ready. I want them to, like, be blank runes for the time being for all the acceleration stuff, just so we can, like, compare how good of an improvement it actually makes. Right? I think that's it, right? So we've got our displacements, and then I need to wait for the acceleration runes. Okay. We're gonna need 4 more-ish rune runes. And that should be all the runes for a tier 3 altar, right? Assuming that I get you guys and some glowstone. Okay, and if we check this now, it should be a tier 3, which is cool. Okay, so we can halt the visualization on that. Well, I kind of want to keep the visualization up, but we'll see. So you need to go up here. Let's maybe keep the visualization for a minute. Just so I can be ready with the blood brick things. See how it's a little bit easier to do this? Yeah, definitely a little bit easier with the Swift Wolf's Ring. That's cool. Okay. Now is that already a tier 4? No, it's not. Is it? What am I missing for tier 4 here? Because that's tier 5. Right, all that stuff is tier 5. So what am I missing to make this a tier 4? I feel like it should be. Am I crazy? Missing 1 block. And that 1 block is it like 1 rune somewhere? Oh, it's I forgot a bloodstone over here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Tier 4. Nice. Okay. So now we've got a healthy amount of sacrifice runes, but we want better. Okay. Now what I'd like to do is have a few blocks under you. I think here is about where I'm going to want my Master Ritual Stone. And then I want to upgrade my Ritual Diviner to handle Dusk runes, right? So Dusk is going to be Block of Coal in a tier 4 altar. Okay. Oh, I need 2 of them. Yeah, I hear you, baby zombie. Never did figure out why you were misbehaving with the whole making thing. Okay. So there's those dudes, and that's going to be cool for that. Awesome. Now I want a well. Well, I passed it. Of suffering. Now if I do this, we should kind of see how it's going to work. That should be cool. I might be able to go 1 higher with it. Technically, I could even go 2 higher with it, right? Because it kind of fits underneath the altar. That feels pretty good. Technically, I believe I could go 1 higher with it. I really do think I could go 1 higher with it, couldn't I? I mean, technically, I could probably even go another 1 higher than that. I think it can go right under the altar, can't it? If you're looking at it right, it does look like it can. Because those would just be aligned to that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is designed to fit like directly underneath the altar. And anything that's higher than it is going... you can see it here too. Rituals, Well of Suffering. See how like the only ones that are like really high are the ones that are on the outer edges there. So that should place just fine. And if it takes all my ritual stones out of my inventory, I think we're good. I don't know that I've ever built it unable to place block. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, you know what it is? It's because these are here. So I might just for fun do this. Let's do this. I will break these. And I'll move it 1 lower. How's that sound? And then I've got 36 again. I move it 1 lower. Like, you can fit it there, but I just want to have it here. All right, so then we'll have 36 out of our inventory. Perfect. And then we're ready. So I'll come back once I build out like a little platform under here for mob spawns or whatever. I might do Apotheosis. That might be a cool one because that's really good to control. All right, we're back. A couple notes. When I was exchanging the spawners, it did not work well. So I made myself a Silk Touch pickaxe, which I made by making myself an enchanter from Ender.io. So the enchanter from Ender.io lets you get, some enchants, which is cool. And then I was able to go get it. Now, what I was thinking is I'd build like a platform under here-ish. And what we want is, I think, is it a comparator or what? So if we look at the usages of this thing, we can see what we need. So like Soul Lantern, Gas Tier. Oh, we need a Piglet Heart for the spawn count. Oh, that's expensive. Well, that's very expensive. Ooh, we can get Piglet predictions? Never mind, it's not that expensive anymore, but we should look into doing that. Definitely some wool. I think it's any wool, to be honest with you. Right? Yeah, any wool. Golden apple, I like that. -10 on the minimum spawn delays and all the mod you can get. So they definitely, that's cool. Redstone control, we want the redstone comparator. Conduit ignores players. How far a player can be before spawning stops. Wow, they make this very expensive. Dragon egg ignores conditions. This is actually more expensive than I thought it would be, to be completely honest with you. What I might do is just get some cursed earth, and like turn lights on as needed kind of deal. Because I don't think we need like this craziness. So they made this a lot more expensive. So I'm probably going to not go this route now that I'm looking at how expensive the spawner upgrades are. Mostly because it's like unobtainium and some other things that we don't have access to easily just yet, or at all for that matter. So what I'll do instead is get myself another batch of cursed earth, right? So a little bit of GM chicken feed here. Does that sound cool? All we need is some buckets times 4. Okay. Hello, friend. That's the worst trade ever. Now, how did that do no damage? Like, this keeps happening, and I don't know what the deal is. But, like, every now and then, I do absolutely no damage to those dudes, and it makes me question everything I know about the world. So, anyway. You done, done, done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we still have another chicken in here? We do. Cool. And dirt. And exchanging gadget. Boom. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so you, but you're going to be a range of 7? Is that right? It doesn't feel right. No, I think it should be a range of 5. Right? Because it's a 5x5 area of dirt. Cool. Okay. So let me build and gadget my way. And you know what I'll probably do is this and this. And what I should probably do is make sure my exchanging gadget is linked up here, just so it trades using the AE system. How nice is that? Beautiful, right? Loving it. Loving it. And then what I'll probably do is a vertical column of range 4. Does that sound cool? That I am hoping is sufficient. Cool. Okay. And then a quickie, let's do horizontal wall. Does that sound good? Are we out of bricks? We might be out of bricks. That can happen. Okay. And then just clear this out, and we should be cool. Deal? All right, so what we've got here is a Cursed Earth dark room, right? Now, if we show the lighting in the room, and we made a redstone lamp, this should be a pretty classic approach. Right? You can go away, you can go away, and I'm going to stick that right in the center of the room, right in the ceiling. Now, if I gave you a redstone signal, that should be lit enough to not cause mob spawns, right? So let's validate that everything works the way I think it should, right? So that, oh boy, that's a lot of bad guys. Woo! Okay, so there's bad guys in there, which is cool, right? Like, that's what I want, bad guys. Didn't expect that many that quickly, but it worked. And then what we're going to do is activate our ritual here. So when we do this, it should activate. And they're all taking damage now. And every time they take damage, it's going to generate LP and store it in the altar. And a decent amount because we have runes of sacrifice and whatnot. Cool? And now because the light's on, we're not generating any more stuff. Or any more mobs. Now they will create mob drops, and that's something we're going to have to deal with. And we're going to deal with that by relocating this bad boy. Cool? Because he's got, you know, all kinds of good stuff going on in here. Look at all this stuff that he's collected. From when I was doing Demon Wills, he picked up some of them. That's not a surprise. I was expecting that to happen. All kinds of other junk from all the mobs that I've had to kill throughout the process here, right? But that's pretty neat. All right, so you go away. Everything else is cool, 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 cool. And now with the light on, we're not getting any more mob spawns, which is also cool. Okay? So now let's do this. So now we've validated that this tier 4 is cool. It's generating LP. Let's dismantle or at least turn off some of the stuff happening over here, right? So I don't want you running anything anymore. But what I want to do is have this dude being interacted with. Now, cool little quirk of coolness is that you don't need a block underneath him necessarily in that center space. So this is where we can do some laser IO stuff and make this look a little bit nicer. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is on the up, we're going to have some fluid sensor cards and all kinds of other cool stuff. I should probably have some more of you because I know that's coming. Cool. Okay, so on the up, I want to sense life essence bucket. Okay. And when you're at 9 buckets or more, I want you to emit a redstone signal on what's likely to be the red channel. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then you get bound to here. And on the down, you're going to output on the red channel. Cool. So currently, that's off, as you can see. So now if I turn that off, boom, and then it'll start spawning mobs. It'll start filling up the altar with LP. Okay. And then once we hit 9 buckets worth, the light automatically turns on. It'll finish killing whatever's in there. And then we'll, right? Now, what I'd like to do is snag a bunch of these dudes. Okay? That'll start crafting. I've manually turned off my duplicator. So what'll happen is, in a few minutes, we won't have quite enough LP to do all the other stuff we want to do. But that's okay. We'll manage that. Okay? What I'm going to do is come under here and do the same thing. But Your job will be to, on the up face, insert on fluid channel red. Cool. Okay. And then over here, what I'll probably want to do is have some kind of like buffery type system. So what I'm thinking is we could have like a big old tank. For now, let's just go with like a basic tank that maybe I upgrade. If you're going to make it easy for me to upgrade stuff, I guess I'll take it. Okay. You, go away. And I'll deal with the noises in a minute. Come on. Cool. So now you're going to have a big old buffer. Okay. Can you reach all the way over there? I feel like that's too far, but I guess we'll find out. Yep, exceeds maximum range. So for laser IO, we're going to want probably a couple of these guys. Let's be ready. Go away. Go away. You. To here, and then you connect to there. So on the up, I'm going to want you to extract on channel red as fast as you can. Now what we're probably going to see here, you're going to insert on channel red. So see how little we're getting? So we got 1 bucket's worth all at once, but now we're getting like 20 millibuckets pretty slowly. Is that every second-ish? So that's why we need these runes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you 3 because I want them to be meaningful. And you're going to get turned into sacrifice runes. Okay. And then I've got a bunch more of 7s. So let's make you 7 into acceleration runes, right? That needs speed runes. Okay. And that's cool. All right, and then we want to upgrade you to be acceleration runes. Okay, and that should be cool. Okay. Now if I fill these in with acceleration runes, if my understanding is correct, we should be getting more than 20 millibuckets at a time, right? Whereas acceleration runes just the ones that are faster. Acceleration runes are the ones that are faster, right? So it's quicker now, but it's still 20 millibuckets. The displacement rune, that's the one that I'm suspecting I'm going to want to bump up to 1 more of these. Well, that's okay. See, now we're getting more MB at a time, right? But if I want it to go even faster, which I should be able to make it do, why don't I do another batch of acceleration runes? Does that sound cool? I think that sounds cool. 7. And then upgrade you guys. Like that. Right? So that's not the fastest we can do, but it's pretty good, at least until we get to tier 5. Because my opinion is that transferring it more per tick is probably going to be the beneficial. So like now we should be going a lot quicker. See how much faster it's going? That's feeling pretty good. It's still not super fast, but it's good. Okay? And until we get to a tier 5 altar, we're probably not going to be in a perfect place. But we'll get there. Okay. So, like, yeah, you're kind of on, because we can't drain from the tank fast enough. We definitely need more accelerations and displacement runes. But a tier 5 altar is where that's going to come into play, right? And I want the sacrifice runes, at least for now. Now, that said... 1, 2... All those are sacrifice. You know what I could do is make one more rune and make a displacement. That might be cool. And then I could... displacements. Right? So now that'll transfer a lot more. That's feeling pretty good. That's feeling pretty good. That's feeling really good, actually. Like that. We could get that even better. Right? But that's kind of cool, right? And now we're definitely doing a good job over here. Now I just need to get the mob drops thing handled. So I think at this point, I can move you comfortably, right? So I'm gonna yoink. I'm gonna yoink. Okay. And... my goodness, this is gonna be a mess. But... way. That feels pretty all-encompassing, right? Does that cover the whole room? I could do one more. That cool? That's cool, right? That covers the whole room. Okay? And then what you're gonna do is insert into this dude, right? And now he just needs power, which we can run cabling over to make happen. This side. You know how much easier it is to, like, have finesse and whatnot? So a little dire wiry, but now you go online. Do you not have your... oh, you don't have your storage set yet. There you go. Now you're online. And now all my stuff's in there, and it's going to pick up any junk that's dropping in the chest above. Now I might want to have this dude so that that stuff's not... I don't want this chest storing things other than what's dropped in this room. Okay. I'm worried that if I, like, connect it up without that connector, it might be accessible from the storage drawer. I'm not sure. How's that? Sound cool? Sweet. Okay, now the only other thing I'm going to do is right here. I probably don't need this thing anymore, right? So I'm going to anchor in here with a radius of 7. Okay, we're going to clear the recents, and then I'm going to mute the sounds that come up. Right? So like witch, slime, I don't know why there's a cow ambient recently. Enderman hurt. Skeletons. Slime death. Enderman ambient. That all sounds good. Right? And now we're getting to a better place. Skeleton death, bat take off, sure, why not? All good. There's definitely some kind of like drinking. Here we go, entity witch drink. That's already muted though. So, all right. So we're a little bit late on the wrapping up point. So for now, Adele20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's come back next time and finish this build. Because at this point, we are producing a ton of LP that we can then transfer directly into this guy. Now, he might need some acceleration runes and stuff to get stuff stored in there properly, but like we'll get that figured out next time. For now, Adele20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.